Hi, I'm Jennifer Schlickburn, the game pioneer from Game Brain Podcast, here to give you some thoughts on Dominant Species Marine by the late Chad Jensen. This basically is a sequel to his hit Dominant Species. And I'm here to tell you how we felt it played a little differently. The main thing is, well, there's two main things. One is 4 is maximum play count, and the other is that instead of everyone placing like here and then 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 resolving, just straight down, now when you place, you resolve immediately. This is a pretty big change, noting though that once you place one of your pawns somewhere, you can't place above it. And basically the action spaces are in the same order that they were in at the beginning of the game. In Dominant Species. The game is certainly shorter because of this. It's always going to be shorter when you're looking at a 6-person versus a 4-person. But even with, I played Dominant Species many times with 3, and I played this with 3, and it was way shorter. So that's a good thing. But some of the tactics, I guess you might call them, or maybe for some people it was strategy, has been removed because of the way the action spaces are resolved. It was pretty, interesting to, so they placed here, and so what does that mean? Okay, well, maybe I better place over here to make sure I can stop them from doing whatever nasty things they might be considering, right? Well, that's basically gone. So, a little bit of disappointment there. The other thing that's changed is the domination calculation is now simpler, but it's still not simple. In most area control style games, you look down and I have 5 pieces and you have 4, so, I dominate, right? No, we still don't do it that way, and because I'm not going to show you the board, I'm not going to explain it all, but basically, it's still a formula, which is, again, a little disappointing. I would have rather them develop toward more of a standard area control measurement, but perhaps they consider, the calculation a trademark of the game. I played with 2 and 3, and so because I've only played a couple of times, this isn't really a review. I would certainly play it again. I would not play it with 2. I'll tell you, one big thing, the cards have not changed at all, right? So here's what happened to me in a 2-player game. So, in the game, in Dominant Species Marine, there's still the 5 cards, but now you can't just go to any card. Basically the game, forces you to be in particular positions in order to to have a greater choice of cards. So what happened, right, is that, so we're on the board, boards, this is early, mid-game, and my gaming partner got a card, hey, remove all of another animal, which is what the pieces are called here, we're all animals, pieces from wherever you have pieces. Well, that took 8 pieces of mine off the board, and all I had was 1 piece left by myself. Then the next card that shows up, you get, I think it was like 3 points for every space you are in alone. Well, really? So that didn't feel so good, and I don't see us playing it again, 2-player. But I'm certainly willing to give the 3 or 4-player another shot. For me, this is not going to replace Dominant Species. When I want one of those really hard, gritty, competitive games, I'll certainly look at Dominant Species before I looked at this. But for some people, this may fit, their group a little better. Now, I know for Game Brain, they had a lot of issues with Dominant Species, and I suspect I've never played it with all of them. I played, I think, a game or two with Tom, but not with the whole pod. And I can just see how that might break down. Here we have Tom, who loves to win, so he's going to compete. Then we have Paul, who likes to break a game, and he looks at these cards and he goes, wow, look at all of that. And then we have Alfred going, those cards look swingy. They still look swingy. They may be just too swingy. Then we'll have Trey going, well, I do wonder what the designer was thinking when they, put this together, because Chad's wife finished the design and development of the game after he passed away. So I can see Trey going, what were they really thinking? So I'm not sure I know that a lot of them had very mixed feelings about Dominant Species, and I'm not sure that I'd recommend Dominant Species Marine for them, given their makeup. But I'm certainly willing, like I said, to try it again with other 4-player groups. Oh, and the other thing is I'd like to speak a little bit about the channel. I've gotten over 500 subscriptions, which is amazing. I never, frankly, thought I would get to 500 subs, and I am so grateful for all of you that have subbed. It really means a lot to me. Other content creators have urged me to accept free games from publishers. If you read my about, you'll see that I have a policy of not accepting free games. And I was kind of considering it. I'm on a pretty low budget. So free games would be great. But, I played a pre-release of, we'll just say, a game, and I intensely disliked it. It's just not for me. And had I accepted that game and put it on my channel, then, I'm fairly sure the publisher would not be happy if I made my feelings known about that game. And see, I don't want to be in that position. I want you folks to understand that what I'm telling you is from my heart. It's not because someone gave me something for free, and I'm not looking necessarily for something positive to say. So, I follow what's known as the 4 agreements. You can Google that if you're interested. And the first one is being impeccable with your word. And I can promise you that no matter where this channel takes me, I will always be impeccable with my word. Everyone, have a great day and a great week. Thank you very much for watching.